Welcome to KG5 for this round of 16, a Lakoseljac Cup clash between the Glenorchy Knights and the Kingborough Lions. Probably a pick of the games when the draw was made. It's going to be a big way to end a massive Easter Monday of football, and perhaps a strange fixture in that it might be the Knights from the lower division who enter this one as the favourites. The Lions have had a pretty tough start to the season. In the MPL, the Knights have made no secret of their desire to run deep into the Laka Cup and take that all-important Westfield FFA Cup qualification spot from Tasmania. They've outlaid quite a bit of money and assembled a pretty good squad to get there, and they probably will enter this one as favourites. We'll go through the teams now. And starting with the Knights, Callum Brown at number 9, number 5, Jade Clay, 11, Ethan Engels has just been banging him in for fun, look out for him. The Foley brothers, Declan Foley and Hugh Foley, classy midfielders, they're going to be very important. Tyler Harrison, former Hobart Zebra centre-back, made the switch and one of the best young defenders in the state. Number 7, Jack Kupst. Number 22, Dimitri Nesta. Number 8, Matthew Nowicki, another one who's just been in fine goal-scoring form. Number 4, Benjamin Phillips, and another former Zebra in James Sherman. The Zebras, of course, had a victory today over Beachside. We'll run through some of those results a little bit later. The subs, Brown, DeFalco, James, Nandan and Alex Woodham. Moving on to the Lions, who are coming off a draw with Clarence in the MPL on the weekend. Chris Akakbo returns to the lineup after his one-game suspension. Timothy Belstead, Danny Cohen, Jack Gates, a promising youngster who's just made a really good start to the season down here. Another very young player, Tobias Awainen. He is just 16 years of age, but another player of incredible promise. Sheku Kamara will be in goals. Paulo Marcage, brother of the coach Gabriel Marcage, he'll play in defence. Godfrey Okello will also line up down back. Trent Pearce, you'd expect in midfield. Benjamin Robertson, another one for defence. And number 10, Dominic Yule. Racing up to join me very shortly is Eamon Jake Morgan to call this one with me. On the bench, you've got Harms, Nugent and Rickards. I think this is going to be a game with plenty of goals in it. There's plenty of firepower out there. I'm probably going to lean for Knights. I think they may be in the lower division, but they're just travelling a little bit better. They've been flying in the Southern Championship. I think they'll get the chocolates here on this Easter weekend. Welcome, Jake Morgan.
And isn't it fantastic to be here once again? And I think I'm going to back you in there, Andrew, because I do think the Knights have been in some good form lately, and though they're from a lower division, I think we can expect a bit from them here.
So we kick off here. James Sherman lofting it forward to get us underway under lights at KG5. Really looking forward to this clash. It's been a massive day in the Cup, and I've already seen one championship side pull off a big upset. Probably the most unexpected of championship teams to do it. Nelson United knocking off Northern Rangers. Will we have another MPL victim here today? Of course, Launceston City, the late escape when they took on University. And you'd expect Knights to give this one a real shake. The Lions, though, look like they might just start to get things together on the weekend, taking a point from Clarence. It's been a pretty tough start to the year, though, as this one's worked forward in the Foley direction. He turns, passes across there to his brother, and Sherman. Those three in the middle are going to be real key movers today.
A little bit surprised that you've gone with Foley there, Cooling, because it's a pretty rude headgear he's got going there, and I do like it.
Yeah, he's a classy player. He's certainly one to watch today, as this one's swung into the mix in the Ethan Engels direction. He got it on target, but Shek Kamara will deal with that. But Ethan Engels, one of the best pure goal scorers going around, although he's hobbling a little bit after that. So that's something to look out for. Along in the Danny Cohen direction, Tyler Harrison away from him and out of play. And the Lions have obviously had a pretty tough start to life in the MPL season. And thumping at the hands of South Hobart a couple of weeks ago, but they'll be looking to turn things around here in the Cup today. The Knights didn't have a game on the weekend, so should be the fresher squad heading into this one as Pearce plays it forward. Cut off by Sherman. And out wide there is Jade Clay. Very reliable player. Goes centrally there to Declan Foley. Now back to Tyler Harrison. Sends it wide to Kupsch. Broken up at the back there. And Jack Gates having a fine season for the Lions. He's probably been one of the few shining lights in a pretty dim season for them so far, but a youngster making a real impression in the game so far. This one will be cut off. And Phillips at the back, partnering Tyler Harrison. Lofted forward. Hit it away by Huwainen. Engels brings it down. Jack Gates again takes it away. And out of play it goes. Works it forward in the Cavadio direction. He'll be a key mover today. Benny Cavadio threads the ball and Danny Cohen's in now. Getting in down the wing here. Charges into the box. Danny Cohen with a little step over. Dinks it to the back post. No one in particular there, however. And the moment passes. He's been one of the few players who's been pretty reliable so far for the Lions. Danny Cohen, always heart and soul player. And had a chance there early on, and a little slip up at the back from Knights.
Showed a little bit of a threat on the counter there, which we always like to see.
Now they get the chance through the set piece. Gabriel Marcage, as ever, shouting out the instructions from the sideline. He's gone the overcoat today in the Marcage fashion watch.
Certainly the fantastically dressed coast as the cross comes in.
Good Kakbo back across the face of goal and eventually cleared. Now it's Pravidi's turn to get animated on the sidelines. This one stretching for it is Nowicki. Did well to control it. Yes. Dealing with him was Belstead.
And a wonderful
then into the middle.
There.
Yeah, nicely ref there as this one picked up in the middle by young Huwainen again. And forward to the danger man Cavadio. So much of the Lions' attacking threat will come down to him. Jack Gates appears to be slotting back in at left back today. Or maybe just slightly more advanced on the wing. Scored a couple of good goals and has been involved in some good play down that wing for them this season. And should provide a pretty tough battle for Kupsch. Sheck Kamara to get us restarted here, and he thumps it down the middle. Danny Cohen flicks on. Out wide it goes, and the Knights will build down the left-hand side. Jade Clay didn't see anything he likes, so it goes back to Tyler Harrison. Great to be able to watch Tyler Harrison. Really been missing him in the NPL this season. One of the best young defenders going around. And a good acquisition from Knights, who've made no secret of their desire to win this tournament. They won the championship at a canter, then reinforced the squad even further. And very much eyeing off an FFA Cup run. You've got to get past the Lions to start it. And they're controlling the ball early on here. Kupsch, ball dealt with by Kakbo. Huwainen goes through the heavy touch. Now Foley jinks inside well. A little chip over the top, but Kamara will deal with that.
Just a little bit too much on that one. But we're certainly seeing that Glenorchy have the benefit of the possession early, but we do certainly know that Gabriella loves a team that can play very well on the counter and be solid at the back.
He's known he loves to get bodies forward, that's for sure. It's probably been to their detriment at times this season as Cohen goes in agriculturally for that one. Back they go to Dimitri Nesta. And he's certainly an entertaining one, the Lions manager. He's out of his technical area, barking the instructions down there to Belstead at the moment. Haven't seen a lot of Belsteads come into the squad in recent weeks. Sheck Kamara taking his time here. Again, it's long to the head of Danny Cohen. I think we'll see a fair bit of that today. Storming run here down the right, but Jade Clay deals with it well. Turning with it is Ethan Engels. And in the end, the free kick line
Quick attempt to take that one quickly, but ref's brought it back. Knights get it moving up on the left wing here. Cross comes in, but very disappointing cross there. Certainly not threatening anything.
They're going to need better end product than that if they're going to get the first breakthrough. Picked up by Gates in the bullseye. He lays it back to Huane and immediately besieged by two Knights. Off the head of Kupch, and it might just let in Danny Cowan. He nodded it wide and allowed Kupch to come back around and collect. Through the middle goes Foley. Down to Wiki. Wiki and Engels will be the real goal threats up top for the Knights throughout this one. Here's Foley swinging it in. Only a Kakpo back there. Heads away. Cavadio working back in defence. Gates, a little uncertain. Allows Nowicki in. But young Hawainen again across to deal with it. And the Lions look a bit more solid at the back than they have in a few games in the NPL this season.
They're certainly looking comfortable to begin with here, but we do know that Kingborough can threaten them.
Taking his time is Kupch. Works it back to Tyler Harrison. Harrison to his partner Phillips. This will be eaten up by Kakpo. Wants to get forward. Interesting, he's playing as a fullback today, and he's made a bursting run through the middle here. He's offside now though, the ball just coming far too late from marquage. It really is a battle of the two most animated managers in the business today.
I'm absolutely loving this battle down on the touchline today. We could see something as engrossing as the football match here. But they're certainly two colourful characters, and we love to see that in football in Tasmania.
We do, as Engels wicks in a dangerous ball to the back post. And after that one now,
excellent cross there from Engels.
Very well-rounded player, Ethan Engels, who's swinging it again. And Kakpo across to deal with that one comfortably. James Sherman taking up a customary role in front of the defence for the Knights. The deepest lying of the midfielders, but he'll be one to splash the ball all around the park. He can dictate things from the deeper positions. Classy mover. Good to see him back out on the park after some injury problems. Here's Marquage. Lays it back. Kamara, again the direct approach, and Kakpo's made a storming run down the right. Can he get on the end of this? He can. It's a Kakpo bursting down the right. Has to double back. Well defended in the end by Jade Clay. Didn't have the pace, but he got there in the end. Defended it nicely, but we're seeing the threat the Lions might possess with some speed on the counter.
Yeah, showing his pace well there.
Sit out there still to knock it long. Try to utilise the pace here. They've got themselves into trouble playing out from the back in recent weeks, so I think a wise adjustment by Marquage. Here's his brother, who nods it across in the Kakpo direction, but seized upon by Brown, who was clipped on a free kick line. The Knights will just stroke it around the back line here. Long, surging into the box here.
A little ball in behind there for long.
And in fact, I thought that Benny Cavadio looked different. Indeed he does. That's Dominic Yule playing up top for the Lions. I apologise for that, wearing Cavadio's number 10. So a bit of a swap there.
Certainly had me fooled, Andrew.
And they utterly deceived. He's got the pace of him, but looks like it's Yule playing up top. As this one stumped long. Nodded away to Trent Pearce. He's unmistakable. He launches it long to Danny Cowan. Chasing after this one, cuts inside. There was Kupsch. Pearce again with a chance to spread the play.
Player down behind the play here too, but the ref's allowing it to continue. But
looks like Okello is down at the back for the Lions.
Just a little bit of worry here for Lions fans. Markage certainly looks very concerned down there on the sidelines.
He's in a bit of a heap.
Oh, unfortunately missed this one. I didn't see what's happened to the lad, but looks like an ankle or...
The trainer comes out and will give the Lions time to think their way through this set piece and set something up.
Couldn't be Markage playing the mind games early, could it?
He does love a good mind game. Yes. Sounds like he's directing Jack Gates to drop in to left back in the interim. So Okello limping off. He seems to be walking all right though, so hopefully just a temporary situation down to 10 here as Pearce prepares to swing in the free kick. Dangerous ball, but away by Sherman. There's Markage. He was robbed off it. And here come the Knights storming forward. Swings it over the top in the Engels direction. Oh, silky touch to bring it down from Ethan Engels. Superb stuff. Sends it wide for Brown. That was broken up though by Markage and then drilled wide of the mark.
Important little intervention there from Markage after the mistake allowed the Knights to get away forward. And his brother certainly did not look happy with him.
Long and strong they go again in the Danny Cowan direction. The human battering ram up top tonight for the Lions. Here's Ewell. Sends it wide for a Kakpo. Good to see him getting involved in attacking positions. He swings this one in centrally. Controlled and seen away from him in the end. And the Knights look to quickly hit them on the counter. Colin Brown played it through for Nowicki. And here are the Blazers over the top there. His best work.
Now they seem to be controlling the game here early, the Knights, but just been a few moments where they've lacked the composure with the final ball, but certainly seem to be getting control early on.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a familiar pattern this one. Knights probably controlling the possession. And the Lions looking to directly hit them on the counter onto the head of Cowan and then using the likes of Ewell and the Kakpo running off him. Jack Gates, who's dropped into left back. He's turned it over here though, straight to Engels. Crucial header away there by Okello, who seems to have recovered all right. Now Sherman, the midfield general. Now Foley swings it in. Kamara comes to claim. No real chances early in this game.
A bit impressed by the movements of Engels and Foley just for the Knights here early on. They seem to be carrying a fair threat.
He's nodded away by Clay.
Certainly a when in doubt header.
Yeah.
He's thumped it 50 metres down the pitch.
These are some very, very flashy boots that a Kakpo's wearing. Very loud setup indeed. This one's swung into the middle. Hacking away at the... Eventually Gates, he's turned it over again there, Gates. It's a couple of errors he's made early, allows Foley in. He spreads the play wide to the overlapping Kupsch. crosses in, and volley by Ingles didn't get the sufficient contact though. And a sigh of relief at the back. What a wicked ball it was from Cooch.
Yeah, difficult height that one, but Ingles got himself into a nice spot, and he'd just be disappointed he didn't quite wrap the leg around that one. Lovely ball from Cooch.
Fresh area there, and the Knights recycle at the back through Phillips. Across to the aforementioned Cooch. She's been busy early in this one.
Been getting a nice view of the play out this side. Certainly seem to be favouring the Cooch and Foley combo early.
Attacking down the right. Clay now still for the same threat down the left as he overlaps. Blocked by Kakbo, and the first corner for Knights coming up.
Don't quite seem to be carrying the height threat that the Lions carry today, so could be looking to play this one short, perhaps.
They do swing it in. You'd suspect Tyler Harrison might be a target. He goes flat to the near post, and that's easily dealt with by Kakbo. Clay chasing back after it. Well, one back though, and the Lions can break on the counter. Cullen sets it down. It's a foot race now. So Cooch had enough of a head start. And the other Kakbo bearing down on him.
Great cover there from Cooch.
And Sherman goes down rather dramatically. Definitely contact though, an easy foul. Made sure the referee was not going to miss it.
Just see the replay here, and geez, it was almost like he was running with a rope attached to his back, but he got there first. Good cover.
Lovely ball that might have just got it. Foley in down the right. He crosses, blocked behind by Gates. It'll be another corner. Both teams turning defence into attack in the blink of an eye. The corner swung into the near post, flicked on. No one wanting at the back stick. Behind it goes. Pretty well taken corner that from the Knights. Near post flick on. Ethan Ingles would have loved to get hold of that one, just over his head.
No, just a little bit too much on the flick on.
Shek Kamara again, taking his sweet time over this one. And again, it's in the Danny Cowan direction. He flicks on. Yule, broken up by Harrison. Helsted played it back over the top. It's dealt with by Clay. Kakpo now bombing up on the left. He's everywhere at the moment.
Have a cold head after that header. That ball had snow on it.
It did go into the stratosphere rather. As Foley threads it through. Foley with a quick throw to Nowicki. Hasn't been involved too prominently early and dealt with rather unceremoniously. There was a Kakbo. Play on, says Copper. Long in the Cowan direction. Tyler Harrison did really well to get around him and win that.
Cowan is really looking to match up body on body early, but he certainly hasn't had the best of the contest so far.
This one's hacked forward. Kamara comes and just gets there. Yeah, so Nowicki was lurking. The goal sneak. Harrison again gets the best of Cowan in the air. Round two. Had some support in the former General Sherman. And he sends it back.
I've certainly heard the raps from you about Harrison, Andrew, and he's impressing me early here.
Yeah, fine young defender, Tyler Harrison. This one's chipped forward. Should be picked up by Paulo Marcage. Brown did well just to get his body in front for all the contact and wins the decision. Yeah, the final game. A massive day. Lakoseljac Cup action here. Will it be the Knights or the Lions moving on to the final 8? Here's Clay. Engels chasing it, but he's never getting there. Again, Kamara easily able to collect. Pravidi less than impressed with the delivery down on the bench. Kamara again towards Danny Cowan. Left a boot in there, I thought. And Phillips, free kick and advantage played. Long over the top, Robinson across to try and deal with Nowicki. Tidy, very tidy there from Hawaiian.
Did like it. Ooh. And I don't think he did.
Loses the decision there. Throwing going the other way, but some fancy footwork from the youngster. He's 16 years of age, Tobias. Long throw. Headed away by Pearce. Now Nowicki, who's been a virtual spectator so far. Harrison and Phillips firmly on top. As Sherman again looks to play the direct diagonal over the top. Brown out after it. Wants to jink inside. Did well to hold him up there, Hawaiian, but then he got the nutmeg on him and slides into the box.
Oh, lovely.
Thumped away. Some threatening stuff down the flanks there from Knights. Cal Brown causing a few headaches. And the former Zebras just knocking it around between themselves at the back. Sherman and Harrison. Coops almost caught on it. It's a very different approach that we're seeing from the Lions. In the opening weeks it was throwing men forward with a reckless abandon, and the results were certainly not going their way. They've made the adjustment. Look like they're going to be a much harder side to break down. I think that's probably a good move as Foley sends it in for Nowicki. Nowicki lays it back for Sherman. Quickly moves it along. Brown and Clay can raffle it. Brown takes it, swings it into the mixer. Clay just about dealt with it. Now Jack Gates beats one, beats two. Could not beat the
excellent
general.
boot in. I don't know what he's complaining about. That is a lovely clean tackle.
Expertly made there by Sherman, who's been prominent early, bossing the midfield as ever. The Lions now look to break. Cohen making a bursting run up against Harrison. So Harrison striding away. Danny Cohen absolutely busting along up there, the front man.
Lovely to see that.
Long ball over the top.
Behind to Engels.
That's straight offside. Hence why they got two runners in behind. As we suggested pre-game, despite playing in a higher division, it's probably the Knights you'd be expecting to control it, and that's been the case so far. And the Lions setting out their stall as such as Kakpo now on the left. The run at Coops, who won the day. Wanting it inside was Declan Foley. Back to Coops. Had Nowicki in a pocket of space, and he finds him. Just dwelled on a little long and allowed markage in. Now Jack Gates should be able to sweep up. And just about does.
Again, I just have to comment on how impressed I've been with Cooks' movement today. He's covering, he's getting forward and doing them both perfectly.
He's been heavily involved early on, the Knights fullback. And with the way the Lions are setting out, the overlapping fullbacks might be an important part. Long ball over the top, Belstead in here. And Nesta had to be sharp off his line, and he was.
Left a bit in too, really.
As any good keeper will.
Yo. Flush on the snores as he played the ball.
Well, protected spaces, aren't they, goalies? They can get away with a bit more of that. Nesta the enforcer there.
Protected species, some might say.
Oh, rushing back was Nowicki to win it. Sherman knocked it forward early. Well controlled by Engels, and then he sets it out in the path of Foley. The speed of a Kakpo saw him across to cover though. And he has bobbed up all over the pitch early in this one. I just wonder if Like I was just giving him the old free roll here and said, just do what you can.
Free roll.
And he's probably the star man of this Lions side, so not a bad option to try and utilise his pace whenever you can. Clay chips it forward. The Lions again disciplined and organised at the back as this one's thumped along. Harrison up against Danny Cowan. Cowan does well, works him off it here, Danny Cowan, then fires a shot. Well saved on this start.
Yeah, first time I've seen Danny Cowan get the better of Harrison there, but he's just not made the most of it there, unfortunately. But good strength to win the ball.
I admire his work rate early in this one as Kakbo deals with that. He has been absolutely busting along early on in this. Cowan, any time the ball's crossed halfway, he has been full sprint after it.
No, and they'll certainly need to be doing that today if the Knights are going to continue to dominate possession as they are early here.
So the Lions with the throw in their own end here. Not into play, recapping some results elsewhere in the Cup today. Hobart Zebras 3-1 over Beachside. Ben Hamlet with a lazy 10 for South Hobart, a 12-0 victory over Launceston United, if you'll believe that. Nelson with the upsetters of the day.
Is that Hamlet's return from injury too?
Yeah, just a lazy 10 on return, if you don't mind. They might just
would have used his pace fantastically there. I wish I could have seen that game.
Have a time at Birch Avenue. Devonport 6-1, I think, ended over Hobart United. And Clarence 3-0 over Somerset. Launceston City needed extra time to get past University, and in fact, I think it was a 91st minute equaliser from City in that one at Olinda Grove against Uni. Olympia too strong for Ulverston 7-0. The 7 teams through. It will be the 8th as Pearce swings in. A missing free kick, but rising high was Tyler Harrison. Kakbo looking to get involved. How to play it goes.
I'm flabbergasted by that, frankly. 10 goals. That's not bad.
Yeah, Ken Walton post-game on the weekend against Devonport. He was looking forward to having Hamlet back. They'd lacked a little bit of bite and attack without him.
Yes.
The bite is back, I think. He took a fair chunk out of United.
They're certainly still missing the big man, Alex Lazinski, up top.
South Hobart through, so just the
but
one.
Not too much when your backup forward gets 10.
No, not too bad. Just the one championship team through to the next round. Wiki flew in to win that. You would have got decent odds on that being Nelson United, because this one's lofted forward. And just leaving it a little bit in on Harrison was Cowan. We'll get the free kick. And credit to Nelson for that victory. Just an extraordinary upset. And that's what the Cup's all about.
The excitement, the drama.
Tyler Harrison preparing to take this one. As you mentioned, not the tallest of sides, Knights. But Nowicki and Engels, good in the air for men of their stature, as this one has swung wide.
He's in acres of space there.
They changed the angle. Engels brings it down.
Ooh.
Foley flew in late. He's whacked away though.
A little bit more contact there, and we could have seen our first slice of cheese, Andrew.
Yeah, well, it's Easter, but a few out there hankering for a dose of dairy, I think. Might not have had all the chocolate they wanted yesterday, as this one's headed away by Robinson. Danny Cowan giving chase, but Harrison back there. Kupsch with an errant pass. That's cut off by Belstead. And he returned Cowan with an errant pass of his own. So Knights able to control the ball, and immediately it's numbers back for the Lions. Nice, content to stroke it round. It's the past half an hour here, and no real clear-cut chance in the game yet. The Lions' approach may be a pragmatic one, but perhaps not making for the best spectacles. This one is long in the Sherman direction. He's done well to win a corner there as the general.
Just seem to be spending the vast majority of their time in a 5-4-1 here. It's yeah, certainly a conservative approach for an exciting young coach like Mark Arch.
Well, I think the results throughout the first month have probably prompted that. I think the 10-0 at South Hobart was the turning point. They looked more like a 1-4-5 that day. And I think pragmatism has trumped
idealism here.
Yeah, and probably not a bad call.
Sure, some Arsenal fans would like to see that.
One sitting next to me might, I suspect, as Foley knocks this one forward. Over the head of Markage. Silkily done there. Plays it forward to Sherman, who's suddenly bobbing up in advanced areas, looking to get involved. Here's Brown, bobbing up on the right now, looking to run at Huwainen. Shoulders up with him. Well, that one out of play. Goal kick, well done by the youngster. Once again, Danny Cow on the target. This time it's Sherman up though. It's surely handball against a Kakbo.
Yeah, well, ref there with the handball decision.
Sherman back to Harrison. Kupsch looks up and again sees a wall of Lions.
The pride, Andrew.
Well, the Pride's formed a wall. And the Knights find a way to slash their way through. Harrison with the long diagonal, searching for Nowicki. Gets there and wins it, and it's straight down the keeper's throat. Kakpo. Turn it over. Knights pick up the ball in the middle of the park and lay it back to Kupsch. Foley wanted it returned. Instead, Engels shooting the ball. Retreats back to Declan Brown and goes back to Harrison. And it's a very solid looking defensive unit from the Lions. Not so many gaps there. And Knights are struggling to find a way through here. Tyler Harrison seeing a lot of the ball. He's pushed up everyone in the one half of the ground here. Harrison again knocks into the box. Powerful header over the bar. No threat to the goal from Clay.
An audacious attempt, but I don't mind it.
He's going to try something. Just at the moment. Like breaking him down.
Geez, if that would nestled in over the top there would have been absolute rapture here at KG5.
Decent crowd building for the evening. Kick off here. Some people who've probably been playing today elsewhere, coming in for a bit of a look. It's not a whole lot for the crowd to get excited about early in this one, I think it's fair to say. It's been a rather dour affair. And the Lions,
we're going to see a long ball in here, perhaps, Andrew.
Perhaps the head of Danny Cowan. This is exactly what the Lions did need to do, though. The defensive adjustments have been made. We've boarded up the leaky boat, rather, as Pearce swings this one to the back post in the Kakpo direction, headed away from him. Now Foley heaves it away. Markage up against Brown. Wants some support from Dick. Oh, in the end.
I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Free kick blown.
Could have been an attempt to pay an advantage. Could have been something off the ball, perhaps.
Bit of shirt grabbing. The suggestion is this one Sent long in the Nowicki direction. Lays it back nicely. Punched in the middle, Engels is there, flicked on, save again. Brilliant double save by Shek Kamara. Unlocked in the blink of an eye. And a fantastic save made by the keeper. Have a look at this. On the replay, laid it back. It was a fantastic ball to the near post. And stealing a yard in behind his Engels. Reflex save number one, then gets back up, makes himself big. But it might have been for naught. This is the offside flag. And I think is what we've seen raised. Very delayed.
A little bit of a push there from Foley too.
Get it away.
Have seen a few tackles snapped in too early.
So the first real action of the game there. It's taken 37 minutes.
Marvellous double save.
Thumping it long over the head of Cowan. Nesta comes to collect. Here's Hugh Foley. Back to Kupsch. Knights again with the direct approach. Nowicki comes flying over the top and infringes on the defender. Okay, I was just suggesting that was the 7th time he's seen that happen this game. Perhaps a dose of dairy is in order. Slight hyperbole, I feel. Not sure there's been 7 of them.
1 or 2. He's a character. I do think that if we can see danger cam in some codes, we've got to see a markage cam in FFT.
I reckon one on the opposite side, just Tim and Pravidi. A real duel going on the sidelines between the two most charismatic coaches in the business. And unfortunately, it's probably been the more eye-catching part of this contest through 40 minutes in a game largely devoid of chances. Akakpo wins the header. Doesn't win the second one though. The Lions pick it up. They'll be very happy to have reached this point 0-0. Clearly what they're doing, they're just going to wait for one chance on the counter, and perhaps Knights, as the game wears on, start throwing men forward. Maybe the holes will open up at the back. The likes of Ewell and Akakpo to run onto. Nowicki, the target of this throw, he turns with it. Nicely done by Markage. And draws the free kick.
Keeps coming up to take it. Could be a bit of a heave here. And it is.
This one too high for Cowan, however. Headed back into the bullseye. Trent Pearce waiting there for the Lions. Good ball for Cowan. Worked it through looking for Ewell, but fantastically broken up there by Ben Phillips. Akakpo looking to skin play and use his pace. He does so well. Still going. Akakpo crossed into the area, and Tyler Harrison had his positioning perfect. Ball played back in. Threat not dealt with entirely. Ooh. Now Knights with a chance perhaps to break. They've got a 3-on-4 back the other way, which is good odds as they've had all game, but the pass is ill-directed, broken up. Knights flying into challenges. Spills out of play for a Lions throw.
Well, it's certainly a game where you can say you've been impressed by the defenders today.
Yeah, I think both sets of defences have been pretty good so far in this one. Obviously, the Lions have had a lot of balls in the area to deal with. And the Knights less so, but
calm when they have been under threat, that's for sure.
They've dealt with all that's come their way. Clay comes flying over the top and heads that one away. Long throw down the line, the Cowan direction. 3 Knights on him though. They're starting to put multiple defenders on him, so they know where they're looking to get at with those throws every time. Here's Gates. Looks to jink inside. Centering ball from Arcage. Turns on it. And offside is Danny Cohen.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on that ball anyway for Danny Cohen. But Gates has been finding himself in a little bit of space out here on the left, just for a while now.
Well, I suppose a left wing back role that he's playing, Gates, as we have a look at the Akakpo run forward. Harrison spot on with his positioning. And the second time dealt with by Declan Foley. It's kind of a 3 centre back plus Pearce almost plays the 4th centre back at times for the Lions approach, which will allow those fullbacks to get forward a bit. Harrison.
And you'd think too, with how well they've controlled the game so far, that it's going to be very important for one of those wide players for the Lions to get up the byline and potentially get across into the big man.
Long ball over the top from Harrison. Akakpo let it bounce. Or Kingborough rather. Quickly rolls it onto Markage. Nowicki flying after him. And the Knights have won the ball back now. Nowicki in behind. Keeper comes and then backtracks. Chips it to the back post. Here's Foley. Centering ball. And eludes everyone. And then Yule thumps it away to Akakpo, who's storming on down the right again. Just showed far too much of it. Followed up though. The keeper should be able to collect. Clay not dealing with it. And he was let in. Then comes to nothing. Tyler Harrison. Opts against the direct approach this time. Maybe some of these long balls over the top are just playing into the Lions' hands a little.
Yeah, just entering the last minute here, so hopefully we do see a goal in the last couple of seconds. But
well, we might as the Lions break the other way. Danny Cohen storming in behind. Danny Cohen takes a touch and fires it. Nesta gets a piece of it. And it was enough to keep it out. Danny Cohen denied by Nesta. It was the best chance they've had. And that's the recipe. Hit them on the counter. Cohen getting in behind Clay here.
yeah, the ball just got caught under his feet a little bit here, but he did well to get the shot on target and a great save there. Just beyond his far post.
Great save in the end because Cohen had put the shot well on target and he got it up. Really, that would have been a pretty perfect first 45 for the Lions if they had have seized that opportunity. Gates offering short from Markage, ignored, swings it in, and caught by Nesta. And he does very well. Now the Knights looking for one last saunter forward here before the whistle. Nowicki cuts inside. Sherman galloping forwards, demanding the ball.
Here.
Doesn't get it. Foley. Now to the wide man, it's crossed in. Headed away, and Gates should just whack it out of there. In the end, went for a little dink pass to Yule. Markage. Just a little bit. Just flashy out from the back here from the Lions. It doesn't bring them unstuck though. They've done well. They're playing with fire rather. Still are. Markage. He went down and he's lucky to get that one in the end. He bitten off a bit more than he could chew there, Falbo Markage.
We've heard this one before, but it was like a kid with his own ball and he wasn't letting anyone else play with it.
Yeah, just the line just looking to devour a hippo or something, I think there. Just a bit more than he could handle as the first half comes to an end. 0-0. In truth, a fairly dour affair for the most part. The Lions have addressed their troubles at the back by parking a good old-fashioned bus here at KG5. And the Knights have not had the keys to it.
The leadership of Markage here is essential, I think, after those few poor results. He's certainly made it very solid at the back, the leader of the Pride, old Mufasa Markage.
And conversely, Knights, they're just going to just settle things down, realise we've had about 70% of the ball here. We need to be asking a few more questions. So Plenty for both coaches to stew over as we head into the sheds.
I'm sure they will.
We'll leave you with what little highlights there were from that first 45. We'll be back with more later.
She gave me the money, didn't you?
What results in your life?
Did you give me the big one? Really? Remember when you told me that you gave me the little bunny, big bunny,
As Engels wicks in a dangerous ball to the back post. And after that one now, Kamara, again the direct approach, and Akakbo's made a storming run down the right. Can he get on the end of this? He can. It's Akakbo bursting down the right. Has to double back. Well defended in the end by Jake. Storming forward. Swings it over the top in the Engels direction. Oh, silky touch to bring it down from Ethan Engels. Alan Brown played it through for Nowicki. And here are the Blazers over the top there. His best work. Now Foley swings it in. Kamara comes to claim. It's a play wide to the overlapping Kupsch. Crosses in, and Foley by Engels didn't get the sufficient contact though. Clay chasing back after it. Well one back though, and the Lions can break on the counter. Cohen sets it down. It's a foot race now. And Kupsch had enough of a head start.
I've been through those years.
The corner swung into the near post, flicked on. No one won it at the back stick. Behind it goes. Foley with a quick throw to Nowicki. Hasn't been involved too prominently early and dealt with rather
Contest so far.
This one's hacked forward. Kamara comes and just gets there. Tidy there from Hawaiian.
Did like it. Ooh. And I don't think he did.
Loses. Has to jink inside. Did well to hold him up there, Hawaiian, but then he got the nutmeg on him and slides into the box. And Clay can raffle it. Brown takes it, swings it into the mixer. Clay just about dealt with it. Now Jack Gates beats one, beats two. Could not beat the
Excellent
general.
boot in.
Not there, the front man.
Lovely to see that.
All over the top.
Behind two Engels.
And straight offside. Fullbacks might be an important part. Long ball over the top. Belstead in here. And Nesta had to be sharp off his line, and he was against Danny Cowan. Cowan does well, works him off it here, Danny Cowan, then fires a shot. Well saved by Nesta. It will be the 8th as Pearce swings in. Missing free kick, but rising high was Tyler Harrison. We've got decent odds on that being Nelson United. As this one's lofted forward. And just leaving a little bit in on Harrison was Cowan.
He's in acres of space there.
They changed the angle. Engels brings it down.
Ooh.
Foley flew in late. Once again, Danny Cowan the target. This time it's Sherman up though. It's surely handball against Akakbo. Harrison with the long diagonal, searching for Nowicki. Gets there and wins it. And it's straight down the keeper's throat. Half of the ground here. Harrison again knocks into the box. Powerful header over the bar. No threat to the goal. There's some support from Dick. In the end, there's this one sent along in the Nowicki direction. Lays it back nicely. Punched in the middle. Engels is there, flicked on, save again. Brilliant double save by Sheikh Kamara. They're unlocked in the blink of an eye. Knights again with the direct approach. Nowicki comes flying over the top. Looking to skin Clay and use his pace. He does so well. Still going. Akakbo crossed into the area, and Tyler Harrison had his positioning perfect. Ball played back in. A long ball over the top from Harrison. Akakbo let it bounce. Or Kamara rather. He's storming on down the right again. Just showed far too much of it. Followed up though. The keeper should be able to. Well, he might as the Lions break the other way. Danny Cohen storming in behind. Danny Cohen takes a touch and fires it. Nesta gets a piece of it. And it was enough to keep it out. He's that opportunity. Gates offering short from Markage. Ignored. Swings it in. And caught by Nesta. He does very well. Now to the wide man. It's crossed in. Headed away. And Gates should just whack it out well. They're playing with fire rather. Still are. Markage. He went down. moments on the counter, but they've come close. Notably at the end of the half, Danny Cohen denied by Nesta. The Knights, though, they're going to need to find a way to make their possession count for a little more. They've had a couple of promising moments, but too often they've just kind of knocked the long diagonal into the box. I think they need their midfield, the Foley boys in particular, to get more involved in this one.
The lack of height really won't be helping them if they're going to be going the diagonal ball option. But we also have seen Engels and Hugh Foley in particular get into some good positions, just really lacking the final ball here, I suppose, the Knights, but they've certainly controlled the game early, but I don't think Kingborough will be too disappointed with where the game's at. Certainly achieved what they set out to do at the start of the game.
Yeah, some defensive stability was exactly what they were after. They've achieved that so far. I think Knights have looked at their best when their fullbacks have got forward, especially early on. Kupsch was causing some real headaches, bombing on down that right-hand flank, and I think they want to get those guys involved again heavily in the second half. And as you mentioned, Engels has been a real threat up top. And if they can get him some service, Nowicki as well, he's the type of player who'll do nothing for 70 minutes, but he'll put two away if he gets two chances. And they're very handy players to have in your team.
Form is temporary, class is permanent.
Yeah, he's been showing a lot of both this season, Nowicki, banging plenty of goals in the championship. And the free scoring Knights side. And Copper up just about ready to get us back underway here under lights at KG5. 0-0 after 45 minutes. Who can break the deadlock? Can anyone break the deadlock? Of course, always the possibility of some extra time. That's some ways down the track yet, though, as the Lions get us started with Markage blasting this one forward. And Tyler Harrison sweeping across to deal with it. Clay changes direction. An attack from the opposite flank. Kupsch. Now Engels. Now Foley. Foley switches the play. Swings it across. And Clay again looking to get involved. He swings in the ball into the box. Dealt with. Now Markage working in the Cohen direction. Flicked it first time for Kakpo surging in behind here. Chris Kakpo running at Tyler Harrison one way then the other, and then he fires a shot that's blocked behind for a corner.
No, he really didn't have any options there, so I don't really think that Markage will be too disappointed with his effort there, but wins himself a corner when really there was nothing else on for the lads. So good result for the Lions here. Hopefully they can swing it into one of their taller players.
There's again the threat they have on the counter-attack. Quite evident there. Cohen doing well to link up. Threaded it through. Jack Gates to swing this one in. He sends it to the back stick. Danny Cohen rising high. And he's seen away there by Declan Foley. And just belts it down into the creek. That claims another victim.
The football graveyard.
It really is. If you need new football, don't go to the store and buy one. Just park yourself down that creek on the match day, I reckon. Here is Harms, so Lions, it would seem, have made a change. That was thumped
and
away.
Another one.
Might go even further. That's into the creek too.
Just interesting tactics here from Kingborough. Certainly seeming to take the strategy that if there is no ball, they cannot lose this game.
Well, you're not going to concede, are you?
Could be here for a long time in the penalty shootout.
Just rolling away, and then was Nowicki, sends it to the back post. Jinking inside and plays essentially headed away. Teasing ball from Cal Brown there. Sherman wins it back. The general fancies a shot. Chipped it instead and straight into the hand. And a free kick now, very much in
who are we looking
James
to get over
Sherman
this one,
territory.
Andrew?
The man who won it, I'd suspect. I've seen him put a few of these away in his time. Pearce handling it. And he tried to get out of the way, but I don't think that's the most natural position. The only problem here for Sherman is it maybe a fraction too close, but I think if you asked him where he could take a free kick from, this wouldn't be far off.
Looking to get this one up and over the wall, I suspect. As you raised, the issue certainly could be the closest to goal here. Wouldn't mind an extra metre.
And James Sherman with a chance. He steps up and curls it in the back of the net. General Sherman sets the Knights off in their quest for the Lakoseljac Cup. 1-0 Knights.
And the big Sherman tanks. The big Sherman tanks just blowing them away there into the top corner. Just pick that one out. Absolutely no chance to the keeps here, and just marvellous free kick.
Yeah, he's a fine exponent of the dead ball situation, is Sherman. And
it's so good he's been given 2 goals for a minute.
That was delightful. So Sherman, and now we wait and see if the Lions change their approach, as they got to chase the game. Engels defended stoutly from open play.
I think that was exactly what this game needed early on, to be honest. It's going to bring a bit more excitement with the threat of going out.
Here's Brown. His shot, and it's on for Young and Old in the middle now. Sherman trying to calm things down. Todd Harrison comes flying in. Everyone flying the flag here. Temper's boiling over at KG5.
It'll be interesting to see the decision from the ref here. There's certainly a few shoves in there, but he's calming it down.
Just diffusing the situation nicely here.
And we do see our referees cop a fair bit of heat, but been impressed with him tonight. Really put a decision wrong, and once again we've seen our first slices of cheese here. The boys looked hungry.
Yeah, Foley and Okello hankering for a slice, and they get one. And good to see them shaking hands afterwards. So despite everyone sprinting in from all corners and no bad blood, just the heat of the moment. And it'll be the Lions with the free kick eventually. So I did rather threaten to boil over there for a second. So the Lions may need to change their approach and be a bit more expansive now.
Certainly got my heart beating a little bit more this second half.
I think more has happened in the last 5 minutes than did in the entire first half. The game rather coming to life. Long ball sent forward in the Kakpo direction, chests it down, but Colin Brown did well to win it away, puts it behind. And a corner. So the set piece, sent deep, nodded back. And plenty of time and space, and he needed to come up with something a little bit better than that.
You can't really afford to waste balls like that when you're 1-0 down in the cup. It's a really good chance to get the ball back across the face and perhaps tap on in.
In the middle is Pearce. Sends it in the clay direction. He just heaves it on out of there. And Kakpo bodies up and lets it roll out of play.
A little bit of foul throw about that, perhaps, with the spin that I saw on that ball.
So there's Okello, he lays it back. Kamara goes down the middle, and as far as Sherman. Foley comes flying through, he surely handled it. And in the end it's going to be brought back for the initial foul. And a free kick will be taken. And again, this is very much in Sherman territory. And he's already put one in the back of the net. And fancy himself there again, a little bit soft that one. Just going down, wins the free kick. Lions not best pleased with it, but it's presented. Sherman with a chance over the dead ball. So again, it's Sherman. This time it's in the wall. Rebound falls to Engels before Pearce whacks it away. Now Clay. Long ball, searching ball. Headed onwards, but the overlapping Kupch isn't going to get to that one. Long ball down the middle. 4 players there. Balls to Sherman. He lays it back to his keeper. Obvious signs that Lions change their approach just yet. Long ball over the top. Robinson just gets enough of it to see it away from Brown there, and Foley laid it back to Harrison, who in turn fed Kupch. His ball was blocked by Belstead. But again, the defenders of the Knights in control. Nowicki was coming back for an offside position, rendering that ball from Phillips fairly useless. So we have another look at James Sherman's sublime free kick into the side of the net, essentially. Beautiful technique.
You don't see him better than that.
There's Robinson. That's that one run out of play.
Markage is just about left out of his technical zone and onto the pitch here.
It's a very dapper jacket he's wearing, I must say.
No, you got to give him credit where it's due. But
so Kakvo is just looking to charge down the right there as Kamara sends the goal kick. Just parking himself on the shoulder of the last defender there was the Kakvo. So this ball is chipped and will be brought back for an infringement.
they're just looking for Engels to waddle on through there, the Knights.
On diagonal to a Kakbo. Controlled it with his hand though. Oh, and Lakoseljac might just be in a little bit of trouble there. Copper just tells him to settle it down. The switch across there. And Tyler Harrison launches it forward. Robinson headed it forward. Sherman came surging through, and he's going to continue his run here. Stepping up, the leader of this midfield brigade, named Sherman. That's some encouragement from the manager there. So perhaps the long throw coming here from Jade Clay. And the Potterer sends it long. Blocks there, but Gates did well. Just drew the contact and went down. He was in a little bit of trouble.
Almost deserved a little bit of a talking to there, but nipped that counter on the board quite nicely.
The Lions throwing some numbers forward now. This one is chopped off and Sherman takes it in the middle of the park. He's got a bursting Callum Brown. He cuts inside. Just showed too much of it to Harms. Phillips back to his keeper. Danny Cowan still working hard there, chasing that one down. Affected the direction of the kick. And in the end, that throw-in is a result of Danny Cowan's work.
Yeah, for a solid unit, he certainly works around the pitch quite well, doesn't he? Certainly wouldn't mind that amount of fitness for myself.
Heart and soul, this Lions team, Danny Cowan. He's the industrious as ever up top today, as this one's played for by Kupsch, cut off by Pearce. Huanen back to his keeper. Took a bobble and the miscue clearance.
Oh, double.
Went straight to Markage, who did the same, but it's going to work out all right in the end.
They've got more shankings than a prison going on there.
Robinson with a big up and under. Harms punches it forward. A catch by looking to get him behind. This is promising. Gets to the byline and then blazes away rather awfully in the end. A moment of promise goes begging.
Yeah, he's
Chris Akakpo surging in behind there.
He's just been given the clap there by Cowan too, and I'm not quite sure what kind of clap that one was.
Yeah.
Bit of a selfish option, that one.
Yeah, it would have been better served just whacking that back across the 6-yard box, I think. Went for glory. He's been able to get him behind them. They've done that a couple of times here, the Lions, but just lacked the end product. Pearce tracking this one back, floated over his head to Nowicki, but Pearce won the war. Didn't get the free kick though, and now chipped over in the Brown direction. So a couple to pick out in the box.
Lovely.
Unfortunately, one of them was Engels, who stumbled at the most inopportune of moments. Did well to get ahead on it in the end, but very inconvenient time to lose his footing there.
He got himself into a nice spot, but he just seemed to slip at the last minute, unfortunately.
Robinson up against Brown, and Robinson wins it away nicely. Pearce has had a good game in that holding midfield role for the Lions so far. Yule. And back to Okello. Okello under pressure from Nowicki. They kept a hold of it though, but Pearce sold short by that pass. Now Engels, dispossessed well by Okello. He with the fancy footwork and showed too much of it to Engels. He backheeled to Foley.
Another one for the Creek, another victim.
It's the side of the Creek hasn't seen quite enough balls and puts another one in there.
If I have noticed one change here, certainly about the way that the Lions have been lining up, is we're certainly seeing Robinson and Gates get a bit higher up the pitch to start to try and stretch the Glenorchy defence, and almost more of a 3 at the back now than a 5, so perhaps that could be the shift that we've been talking about that could come from Markage.
And the wingers staying in their forward half a bit more too now. They're not tracking back to the degree they were, which is creating a little bit more space for the Knights attackers. But with half an hour to go in this one, they need to find a goal from somewhere. They might find an opening here through Jack Gates, an opportunistic chip gathered by Nesta. As Jack Gates went for the spectacular. Nesta picks out Brown, skins Robinson, looks to beat another defender too. Lovely work here from Callum Brown that drills it across the face of goal. And unfortunately, it's put behind by Markage for a corner. Clearance deflecting off him.
Disappointing to not see any Knights players busting a lung to get into that ball there, but none inside of the shot, unfortunately.
No one able to keep up with the speed of Brown as he tore down the flank. He's looked a lively customer. Corner taken short into the box. No one mounting him up. Swings it back post. And headed just wide by Tyler Harrison. Had the chance to make it 2-0 and perhaps put the game beyond the Lions' reach.
Yeah, I think he'll be a bit disappointed he didn't quite get this one on target. He rose well and got some good power behind it, but just off target, unfortunately. Certainly could have worked Nesta there.
A very well orchestrated set piece. Took it short and stood it up for the back post. Harrison Made it his own. Nowicki now over the top for Engels, but O'Kello cutting that one off. Robinson. Will that one stay in? Somehow it does. Cakbo couldn't get around Clay. Clay swings it in. Kamara collided with his own defender in the end. And Kello thumps that one out of there.
Would want to hear a shout from your keeps there.
Nowicki
Lovely
swings
ball.
it in the Engels direction. Brings it down. Kello away. Again, the Lions defence holding firm. They've been very good. Just the free kick that's brought them undone. An open play, the defensive efforts have been a vast improvement on what we've seen this year, and they've been very resilient at the back so far. Surging inside. Again, the Knights. Engels takes it on the rights. And well saved by Sheck Kamara. It's a lovely touch to set himself. We're whacking the shot there from Ethan Engels.
Yeah, good little touch and turn there from Duck Engels.
Showed that one nicely. Swings to the back post in the Nowicki direction. Chests it down and it runs out of play for a goal kick. So you have another look at the Engels chance. Set himself well, hit it first time, but the keeper was alert. The Knights knocking on the door here. They go in search of a second. It would make life very difficult for the Lions. O'Kello with a long ball. Gates looking to get onto it. He's up against Kupch. Controlled it. And laid it back for Harms. The Lions, Cubs combining there. Going in, out after this one. I don't think he's going to get there though. And behind it goes for a goal kick. And Knights defence dealing with the direct approach pretty comfortably at the moment.
Really interested to see where Mark Archer is going to go with this game, because they're really not carrying a lot of threat forward at the moment.
Tyler Harrison fancies a gallop forwards and then chips it into the path of Nowicki with a beautiful ball, and Nowicki just let it run in the end. Chance still alive. Brown well defended by Robinson, and now it goes for a corner. I just wonder if Nowicki
He just could have had a shot there, but just as we saw at the start of that vision there, he just let it go for Brown when he perhaps could have had a pop himself and really put this game beyond doubt.
might have been the option. Did the team thing instead. Clay again over the dead ball for the Knights. Swings it in. Harrison again the target, straining the sinews. Laid it back for Sherman. Lobs it in the Nowicki direction. And just tried to cradle it down in the end. Maybe should have gone and tried to smash the foot through it. Difficult skill to execute, granted. He jinks it over the top here, Nowicki. Robinson across again to deal with him. And a handball, I think, spotted against Nowicki.
A little bit of outrage coming from the Knights bench on that one, but I wasn't quite so sure. I thought it was fairly clear cut. They have been copping a fair bit of stick recently, our officials, and none of us like to see that at Slice of Cheese. They work very hard promoting the game for everybody, and you just feel for people who are making other people's enjoyment happen, they deserve a bit more respect, certainly on our social media.
Fine sentiments, Jake Morgan, as the Knights prepare to launch the long throw in over the top. Flicked on by O'Kello. Sheck Kamara did well to keep it in the end.
I'm going to contradict myself horribly and just say that perhaps the linesman wasn't in the best spot to view that one. That could have potentially gone out. But we appreciate their work.
Enjoying your work as Pearce in the bullseye. Looks to switch the play. Flying over the top there was Clay.
A little bit of interpretive dance from the boys down there.
Yeah, some strange body movements, that's for sure. There's the Lions with a chance to get some numbers forward here. launch the throw into the box. They need to press home these opportunities. Flicked on by Pearce. It was well worked, and Newell couldn't quite get anything to it. This moment they've had in a little while.
There we are. Swan dive there.
Yeah, it was rather.
I think you'd give him an 8.5 for that one.
Here's Nowicki. Lays it back. And they spread it for Engels. It was sent too far behind him though. Set him a bit of a task. Now perhaps a chance to put the cross in for Ethan Engels.
A lovely ball.
Brings it in. All fumbled by the keeper. And then Markage was the other side of the pillow there. Wins the goal kick for his side.
Yeah, he put a nice amount of heat on that cross there, Engels. He certainly wasn't in any hurry to put it in, but when he did, he certainly wrapped his foot around it. But perhaps a little too close to the keeper, but the force was good for a far post cross.
Danny Cohen, again the target. He sets this one for himself in the end. And well done by Brown to win it away from him. Here's Tyler Harrison. Again, Engels the target. Hawaiian sees it out of play. Here's Kupch. Back to Sherman. And he retreats all the way to his keeper, Nesta. Plenty of Knights on this side of the ground and all of them unmarked. One of them's Foley. Drills it in first time for Nowicki. Oh, sliding challenge. It was
Marvellous
perfect for
defending.
Markage.
And he's actually given a goal kick there. Well, he certainly had a better view of us, that one, the linesman, and
Must have
can
played it off.
certainly go with his sight there.
Not too many protests, it must be said. And great challenge from Paolo Markage. If he gets that wrong, it's probably game over. Timed it perfectly. He's afforded far too much space on the right wing there. 3 Knights. Swung back in the middle of the park. Foley gets it for the Knights. Works it in the middle there for his brother. Surges forward and lays it off for Brown. Gets
Lovely
around
touch.
Robinson. Drills it across the face where Engels was sliding in but couldn't quite make contact. And they're hanging on the lines, but barely. What a ball that was. Engels.
Just swooped in there, hasn't he? But he couldn't get quite enough on it.
Superb work from Callum Brown. Now the Lions back the other way through a Kakpo. Kakpo again just blasted over the top when he had men in the middle to pick out. His pace has got in behind a number of occasions, but the end product has just not been there tonight from a Kakpo.
Expecting a little bit more of a reaction there from Markage. Surprisingly, he's not got too much to say about that.
Yeah, they've not got too long. So we tick under 20 minutes to go. Can't be wasting openings like that. Robinson puts his foot in. Head in rather. A high boot was around as this one's flicked over the top. Yule out after it, but Nesta comfortably enough able to collect. Praviti with the whistling down the sidelines as he tries to one-up Markage in the managerial duel. Fascinating down there on the sidelines as Engels lays it back to Foley. Foley swings it in. No one made a run though, and the keeper collects. Lions need to start throwing bodies forward. Here's Yule. Heaves it over the top. Danny Cohen out after it, looking to muscle Phillips off it. But Clay came sprinting across and wins it away. Well read by Jay Clay. Knew his centre back was in a little bit of trouble there.
Oh, I was going to say that I was admiring Phillips' strength there.
I reckon Cohen had him. Although,
Had him pinned Lukaku style.
well,
Not
I'm
quite.
not sure about that. It'd be all over if that was the case. Because here's Foley in the middle. Nowicki. Now Yule again with a chance to counter for the Lions. Flips it long. And again, just a bit wasteful, the Lions. They're not asking enough questions here at the back.
No, perhaps the new defensive solidity has ended with lacking a little bit going forward. They seem to not quite be on the same wavelength as each other at the moment.
As Nesta eats up a few seconds quite cleverly. I think it's just about...
I don't imagine they'll be in a rush anymore.
It's got to be getting close to kitchen sink time here. Certainly the Lions this year have not been shy about just whacking 5 people up top. I think we might have to see some of that again soon. Certainly had some elaborate formations at times, and I think the situation might soon be calling for it. The closer we tick towards the 90. And the free kick going the throwing rather going the Lions' way. Yule starting to get involved. Oh, well done again by Brown. He's had a fine game, tracking back in defence on that occasion. Eagles plays it back. Now Sherman to Harrison. Foley in a pocket of space. Threads it through, looking for angles. Broken up by young Tobias Awainen though. And now a Kakpo. Might have met someone equal to him in the speed department as Nowicki came flying back. And out of play for a throw in.
Yeah, certainly some cries from the Lions fans there over the barge from Nowicki, but it was all within the contest, I think.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder.
He got level was the key. But made up some ground. One of few who can keep pace with a Kakpo. Who's not lagging, but
Longthrow looking to come in here, I think. Taking a bit shorter than we expect.
Jack Gates on the ball. And offside is Robinson. And again, the Lions, their own worst enemy in the final third. Inside the final 15 minutes, Glenorchy Knights 1-0 ahead thanks to a James Sherman free kick. In the game, a few chances, certainly the Knights have been the dominant side. But whilst it remains a goal of difference, the Lions will hold to hope. Content just to control the ball here though. Here's Phillips. He and Harrison, a formidable partnership in the heart of the Knights defence, as good as just about anyone in the state. That pairing. As Phillips sends it back to Harrison, and they're just eating up the seconds here. Not being put under any great pressure. A long ball now played. Wainen up against the overlapping Kupch. And behind it goes for a goal kick. Follow Marko's just being told by his brother in no uncertain terms that he can stay where he is, as he thought about sneaking forwards. Imploring him. And he's now got the ball. Plays it back to his keeper, who's put under pressure. Oh, that was dicey. He's nearly made a meal of that, Shek Kamara. And it was very fortunate that Brown didn't make him pay.
Almost think Marcos should have told his brother to go then.
Didn't seem to help the situation. There's a Kakpo with the throw in. And straight off the chest of his teammate. And the throw in Knights. And the Knights looking pretty comfortable at the moment. And they've moved to 3 at the back, the Lions. And thrown the numbers forward as they roll the dice. Here's Tyler Harrison. And up and under. Engels couldn't control it. Gates to Harms. Cowan looking to flick on for Gates, but didn't get enough of it. Pierce and Nowicki dueling in the middle. Now Kello just working angles under the ball. Nothing untoward. According to Copra. It's Marcage dribbling forwards. Good ball from Pierce. And Kakpo lets it run. He's certainly a flashy customer, the Kakpo. Just lacked the end product tonight. A long throw in the Danny Cowan direction. He chests it down. Does he want a corner for his side? Just the throw in.
For some reason I thought he said the 17.
Again, Cowan the target. Can he flick it on? And he did. He didn't get enough of it. Nesta collects and Piers and Clay has come off worse for wear. Cowan down as well.
Officiating here too, just with the collision between two heads, he's sensibly slowed things down.
Clay's got the worst of that. Back of Cowan's head slamming straight into his face. The Lions.
You can see Marcage lurking down there, always talking, always letting his team know what he wants them to do.
Gates sends it to the back post. Cowan the target, back across the face and headed over the top. What a glorious chance that was. Okello puts it over the bar. Might have been Yule even. It was Yule. And that might just have been the chance to get them back level with this game. I don't know if they'll get anything better than that. The net's
Just a gaping chance.
Had to put it away, couldn't, and the Knights, who have looked in complete control, but only a 1-0 lead, are very nearly made to pay for not shutting the door on them. They've left it ajar. The Lions throwing numbers forward now, so they try and get it back on terms. Long throw. Smashed out of there by Clay.
Just as we head into these last 10 minutes here, we're certainly seeing the Lions offer a little bit more. That is the magic of the cup.
So
You must win.
1-0, 5-0. Not much difference really. You're in or you're out.
From the Joey Barton School of Thought, mes amis.
Not a school of thought I generally want to be associated with, but in this case, we'll pay it. As again, Gates looks to send in the corner. Again to the back post, floats up there. Sherman tangling the Kakpo, just overhit in the end by Gates.
Really in no hurry now, are they?
Absolutely not. Nesta, all the speed in the world as he launches this one. Hitting the deck was Foley. The Lions get the ball. They look to play it forward early. Then Robinson really pushing forwards now. Foley hits the deck. An easy free kick. Not best pleased, best way I think to describe the demeanour of Foley there.
Almost throwing the tantrum for a second.
They smashed the fist into the artificial surface there. Lovely touch to control it there, and it's worked out all right for him. He gets in. Couldn't quite pick out a striker with his cross. It was some fantastic work in wide areas from Kupsch.
Yeah, just a little bit behind angles that ball, unfortunately. See Brown moving over to the other side, looking for the overlap.
Great ball from Foley. And here he is. He jinks one way and the other. Centering ball somehow eludes everyone, and the Lions repel. Well, they are trying to finish this one off. They've gone down on the ground and they're going for the kill, but they haven't quite been able to drive the dagger home yet. Here's Foley. And chasing after this one. Hobbling almost.
You'd certainly say on that chance earlier, though, that the two centre halves were well positioned.
They've been very good tonight, the Lions defence. Keeper
Straight in.
gets a piece of it. There's been a vast improvement at the back on the Lions, but it's in the other end of the pitch. They need something now. The Knights content just to play with the ball out wide. Foley, the ball on a string here at the moment. Oh, nice work from Brown. He surges inside. This could be it. He smashes it into the post. Again, the knockout blow eluding the Knights. Cal Brown has been dynamite tonight. There's a change being made by the Lions. Jackson Nugent being thrust into the game for Robinson. Not sure what that will mean tactically. Normally a centre-back, Nugent. Doesn't look like he's going to take up a position there, but
he's not going the old centre half as the big lumbering striker up top, is he?
It doesn't appear so. Looks like he's just slid him into a bit of a holding midfield position at the moment, but a bit of extra height wouldn't go astray. Sherman is down. I'm sure
he's got to defend this defeat, doesn't he?
Well, his haunches. Play continues. Engels. Foley. Comes into his own path. Controls it. And just keeping it down.
Certainly having a good time out there, Hugh Foley. Wasting a bit of time.
Done a good job of it, running the clock down. And everyone back here for the Lions. It's all hands on deck to defend this situation. Harms heads it away. Oh, nice work again from Kupsch. And swings it in. And well over the top in the end from the fullback. Oh, into the middle for Nugent. He's surrounded by Knights. He really got put under the pump there. And Brown surging in, broken up by Markage, and then just overcooked it a little, but bailed out by Huwainen. They hang on. Huwainen again tries to beat one man to me. Slid through. Surely this will be it. Brown with a finishing blow. Again denied. Sensational keeping from Sheck Kamara. Somehow the Knights have not put this game to bed. And the Lions,
I look forward to that replay, to be honest.
There's some great keeping. With the Lions, well, the 6-year-old who's been eating their Easter chocolate all day, just not being put to bed at all. They're hanging in there somehow. 1-0 the score.
Could we see the miracle of the resurrection once more?
It would be something quite miraculous.
And here we go. Oh, wonderful. Spread himself so well.
Fantastic keeping. Maybe just needed to place it either side, but the keeper did all he can ask. Got out there, made himself big. And the Lions, well, it's a 1-goal margin as Callum misses this one. Holes opening up as they throw numbers forward. Here's Kupsch. Back to Sherman. Tyler Harrison returns it to his fullback, and now Foley's just got acres of space to himself on the wing here. His brother's got plenty of that in midfield too if they want to work it to him. They go to Sherman, now head that way. Content just to stroke the ball around. Safe in their 1-goal lead. And making them chase it. Sherman back to his keeper. Now they need to push out, and they force the error.
He's certainly screaming for them too down there, Markage.
Everyone has to be flooding forward now. Just a couple of minutes remaining in regulation. There can't be too much out of time. This is the last chance saloon stuff now for the Lions. And they've got the throw in. They got someone who can heave it into the box. Knocked against the long throw. Instead, doing for Okello, who wins himself a corner. Or Ewell, rather.
Just be expecting that there's every possibility of a goal in these last few minutes here. Got to throw everything out at the Lions. Nowicki certainly taking up a position in a lot of space out here.
The keeper's at halfway, so
the chip could be on.
something could be on here. Swung to the back post, headed away. Last touch is off Harrison, so the throw in will be taken quickly. Okello robbed of it, and now the chip is on.
Here it is.
The chip is on.
The chip's on.
Engels can control
chip
it.
him.
Nowicki's offside there. He just had to hold his line and didn't. Had a 2-on-1 and they butchered that, the Knights. And the Lions with another chance. Well, Cats have 9 lives. Does a big cat have 18 lives?
You've just beaten me to that one. Furious.
Thumped away. Stumbling there was Hawainen, and he's turned it over. And Kupsch gives it straight back to him. Everybody's fought here. There is just Knights players running free there.
This is interesting.
They've got 6 strikers at the moment. The Lions are liking it. But unfortunately, the Frenchman's been spotted. We won't get to see if that can work. There won't be too much added time, I don't think. In the final,
he's in about as much hurry as a man to get back from a holiday in the Whit Sundays.
I'll tell you what, the Lions players have surged back in defence here.
And Copra's come in for a word with Markage here.
Well, he's just screaming at his own players, I think, because he wasn't happy to track back in defence. The 4 people that got back were far too many in his estimation. As the Knights thumped this one along. We're rolling the dice style stuff. Gates can't track this one down. The Knights have got the ball. Oh, one back well by Nugent. Now Ewell over the top for Danny Cohen. Can he race onto this? Nesta's there. Nesta hits the deck. But gathers the ball. And just about did enough. They hold on. Heart and mouth moment for the Knights there.
He perhaps didn't anticipate the direction the best.
Sliding in well with
here.
Markage. Gates from range. And never threatening the net with that one, Jack Gates. And that might be that. I'm not sure how many minutes of added time we've got, but I can't imagine there'll be many.
Even if we don't see another goal, it was certainly worth it just to come out here for that marvellous free kick.
It was a fair way to win a game if it does hold up. James Sherman. Nugent brings it down. And that was surely grabbed. It was, and now everybody's going to get forwards
here potentially. Yep.
Pearce sneakily steals 5 more yards.
Copra lets it go.
They send the cavalry forwards. Pearce defers to the keeper so he can get up there.
Send the keeper in.
He thumps it in there, Kingborough. The keeper comes, doesn't collect. Oh, directed goalward, but seen away, didn't make clean contact. Out it goes. The throw-in lines. Gates.
Still the game continues.
He needs someone offering short here, Jack Gates. Oh, jumping up and stealing the ball. And that's that. It was a struggle at times. They should have put the game to bed a lot earlier. But the Glenorchy Knights ultimately take the chocolates to end this big Easter Monday of Lakoseljac Cup action and move through to the quarterfinals. A 1-0 victory thanks to a James Sherman free kick. The Lions, well, flung themselves forward with reckless abandon, but in truth, never really had the chances. On the balance of play, a fair result. Though I think Ewell might look back at that header and think, what if?
Certainly the words that you would utter. But, thanks for being with us here tonight on Slice of Cheese, and congratulations to the Glenorchy Knights. We'll just have another look at this glorious free kick.
And Sherman with the match winner. The draw for the quarterfinals will be taking place at 11:30 tomorrow. You can tune into that one on the FFT Facebook page. Until then, it's bye for now.